days come again. That time yet again where I sit down and talk to you lovely people about things. Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome back to my channel. You guys have been having a good weekend so far. Today's video, though, what we're going to be talking about is kind of a return of a series I used to do. Pretty much it was called Drained Talks or something along those lines. And what I would do is in the video is what I would talk about certain things that are on my mind, certain things that I'm thinking about currently. But today specifically, it's kind of a channel update slash me talking about Destiny as well, and my current thoughts on Destiny and how I feel about Destiny and how that's affecting sort of like my whole viewpoint on content creation and just everything else. Okay, just it's all one big nice present with a nice bow on top. Okay, so get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your drinks, whatever you may need. Buckle up, we about to dive in. Okay, like how I always do my videos, you guys know I don't do a script. I write down all my notes in my phone and I just go, you know, as brief reference points. Okay, so yeah, man, with that being said, let's jump in. And also real quick before we jump in, y'all, please excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the beard needs to get edged up a bit, you know, looking over there, you know what I'm saying? I also need to get a haircut too, no cap, you feel me? Like, shit looking kind of scruffy. Not even kind of, it is looking scruffy, bro, on me, no cap. But for real, let's jump in. So I guess like first things first, right? Let's talk about Destiny, okay? I've been playing Destiny since the beta on Xbox 360 in 2014, or no, was it 2014, 2013? It was a long time ago, bro. I was a junior in high school. So I've been playing Destiny since its inception, essentially. And over the years, things have been good, things have been bad, things have been borderline franchise killing. Looking at you, D2 year one. And to say that I haven't had a blast in meeting tons of people, meeting, you know, some lifelong friends from this game would be a disservice. The game is a very good game, but I will say at this point, in all honesty, when it comes to the PvP and even sometimes the PvE, things can get fairly boring and just repetitive. And you're probably saying, you know, hey, all games get repetitive at some point, right? But I think when it comes to Destiny, I have always said, and even when I did, because I made a Beyond Light review on one of my older channels, and it did pretty well. One of the things that I feel like is a problem with Destiny today, with its core systems, and I guess not core systems, excuse me, but core gameplay, is the playlist activities. You know, the things that we interact with daily has become very stagnant. You know, and they have, I will give props where, you know, they're due. Bungie has put some step forward of bringing, you know, things to make these playlists more interesting to play in and, you know, make them worthwhile, but they just aren't enough at this point. Looking at, you know, things like the 6v6 playlist, looking at things like comp, looking at things like strikes and gambit, stuff like that. They have been adding things to improve these playlists, but they still just aren't worth it, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? So but more specifically talking about the thing that I have become, I guess I wouldn't say known for, but people mostly know me for now, the game is Destiny, but the thing is for me is PvP. Okay, and if you are a PvP player in the Destiny community, or just a Destiny player and you play PvP regularly, you know that when it comes to support, we have essentially been left in the dust when it comes to the main game of Destiny, right? When it comes to Destiny just in general, PvP has just been left in the darkness. Now there have been strides, of course, like I said, I'll give props when they're due. There have been strides to improve PvP. They have, you know, said that they're going to be reworking the comp or the glory system, things like that. Joe Blackburn has come out and said, or he came out and said, I believe it was last year in August of 2021. I think it was a tweet. He put out a whole like thread talking about how they're reopening the faucet for PvP and things are going to start coming out. We're going to get a regular churn of content coming out, you know, consistently every season, I mean, that's really nice and all, but at this point, things things are just not that great. And for me, I guess this is a good segue to jump into the content creation side of things. For me, I cannot only play Destiny, okay, when it comes to making content. I can, but I would go absolutely insane if I only played Destiny, okay? And I think things would be different if I played, or if I made content back when Destiny 1 was around. Not to say Destiny 1 was an amazing game. It had its own problems too, but I'm just saying, right? Things were better back then in terms of PvP, at least in my opinion. You know, I kind of see it as like kind of just like a blessing in a way that I didn't make content back then, I guess, when it comes to Destiny specifically, because I would be a Destiny content creator now, not knowing how, you know, how far I would have gotten, of course, in terms of like, I guess, viewership, or, you know, just the following I would have gained and stuff like that. But I kind of see it as a blessing, because now, looking at the game now, and if I was only held down to Destiny specifically, you know, and tying that in with content creation, since we're on that topic now of content creation, it's when you tie yourself down to one game, there are benefits, right? Like, there are benefits to tying yourself down to one game. You know, you build yourself up in a set community, right? But at the same time, you also, oh my god, but at the same time, you also deal with certain things when it comes to trying to branch out once you get to a certain point, or you plateau, or whatever the case may be. But also too, when it comes to content creation, and you know, you make videos on one game only, the algorithm is more in your favor, and stuff like that when it comes to making videos, or when it comes to just people knowing you for one thing. There are pros and cons to maining one particular video game and making content on it. There are, but I see it, for me at least, as a person that loves to play a variety of video games, and I love to just, you know, talk about just video games in general. When it comes, like, just anything, bro. Like, I just recently with, you know, the PlayStation State of Play, you know, there's tons of games that I just saw, you know, from the Callisto Protocol, Resident Evil 4, which I've never played before, you know, things like that I just get excited about. So for me at least, that's the way I see it. I would like to be a person that, you know, just kind of plays what they like to play, and just really try to be the best, not the obviously not the best, but try to be the best that I can be at whatever game that I play, you know what I'm saying? So, and you know, in terms of, you know, making content on it as well. Okay, so now we're getting into more so where we're going in the future and what it is like in the present. Okay, so real quick, let's briefly talk about me streaming, me making content, stuff like that, and YouTube and Twitch, you know, versus and things like that. For me personally, my situation, okay? So I really do like Twitch and YouTube. I like both platforms for multiple different reasons, for their own reasons, actually. You know what I'm saying? I don't, there are pros and cons with both of these platforms. I'll just put it at that, right? And for what I like as well. But when you're first starting out as a content creator and you decide to stream on Twitch, things can be rough because of certain discoverability options and certain things that may be at play when you stream on Twitch, right? So for me, I see it as the best option for me, starting out and being, I guess, can I say a new content creator? I've been making content for a little bit, but in terms of current status and current being and where I'm at now, I am a new content creator. So for me, I see it as the best option for me is to make most of my content on YouTube. Okay, not to say that I will not, or I'm going to stop streaming on Twitch. I just think for right now, I think the best option for me personally is to make my content on YouTube, and you know, use YouTube systems in terms of discoverability to my advantage when it comes to you know, making videos, and then also streaming as well on YouTube on the same channel, which can help catapult both up in a wave. You know what I'm saying? So like if someone watches my video, one of my videos, let's just say, I don't know, so what's the game coming out? Let's just say someone sees one of my Modern Warfare 2 videos, because that's a game I'm looking forward to towards the end of this year, in October, is Modern Warfare 2. Someone sees one of my Modern Warfare 2 videos, and at the end, I say, hey, I also stream as well, yada yada yada, and then also they may come in when I'm streaming, when I'm live, and they can come in, they can see that, hey, hey man, I just saw your videos in my recommended, hey, bada bing bada boom. And they may have not subscribed before, they may have just saw my video, and then they come to see I'm live, and then just things like that, right? Not to say that can't happen on Twitch either, right? There's always those times where people can see you on other platforms, or they can find you on other platforms, whether maybe TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be, right? People can find you anywhere depending on if you make content on other platforms and you reference them to the other platforms that you're on. But what I'm getting at is, because of how YouTube systems work and how recommended and search and just everything works, for small creators, in my opinion, I feel like YouTube is better. So that's why I wouldn't say this day forward, but I'm going to start putting more effort into getting back into YouTube and making more videos, and really digging down and fully understanding this platform to its fullest potential, more so than I do now. Okay. And with that being said, you're probably wondering, okay, so Drained, you said you're not going to be focusing on Destiny anymore, okay? Or you're still going to be playing Destiny, but you're not going to be making content solely on it anymore, okay? You also said, Drained, you're doing YouTube mostly now, all right? So what is content going to be looking like on this channel, on my TikTok, or on my Twitter, or on Twitch, or anything else like that? So what are you gonna do, Drained? So, as a person that likes to play a lot of different types of games and stuff like that, as well as just kind of like talk about what I want to talk about in terms of whether it may be gaming, giving my first impressions on a game or stuff like that, just, I guess, variety type content, you know what I'm saying? One thing I always used to like, I still love doing to this day, is doing game playthroughs, doing just playthroughs of games that I've never played before, new games I've never played before. Of course they're new games, so obviously I never played them before, but you know what I'm saying? Things like that, because I'll tell you guys right now, I have a backlog of games that I just have not gotten to play, things that came out last generation, that I just I wouldn't say I didn't get the chance to play, I had full chance to play, but because I've been so ingrained into just playing Destiny for the past 8 years, I just never got around to them. So getting back to game playthroughs is one of the things that I do want to do. Also as well, multiplayer gameplay videos. There's a ton of games that I'm actually getting back into now. That is, I'm getting back into Battlefield, I'm getting back into Call of Duty. I tried Halo with Gumi the other day, but oh, Halo Infinite. Yeah, bro, I don't know about that one, Chief. So like I said, first impressions as well, and even also reactions to new game trailers, or new just anything, reactions to anything really, when it comes, not anything as well, it'll pertain to gaming, but reactions, and of course getting back into streaming. That has been one of the biggest things that I would say it was a year. And Ollie, if you're watching this video, it's been a year since, I guess, the last streams in terms of like consistency. I've been streaming lately. Like I think it's been a week since I streamed, because I've kind of just been figuring everything out. But the last time I streamed, I guess you could say, before this recent period where I've been streaming, was when Resident Evil Village came out. And shout out to the homie Mills. He provided the Resident Evil Village copy. But yeah. But no, the reason why I guess you could say, I can get into this now as well. The reason why I stopped streaming, and I was streaming on Twitch, was because I felt that the the stream quality wasn't the best, and it still isn't the best. I would say it's gotten a little bit better, but I'm doing with what I can in terms of, you know, my internet and everything else. So but I also realized in that time period of when I stopped streaming was that, you know, everybody starts from somewhere with this content creation thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, there's people that stream that can only stream at 480p. There's people that can only stream at 720p. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it all depends on what you have and what you know, what you can start out with, you know. Um, and I kind of felt I got down a lot, and I kind of felt like, you know, why would anybody want to watch a stream that looks, I call them fuzzy drain streams, you know what I'm saying? But in actuality, it's just, that's just how it is, and how, you know, my current situation is, and I have to just, you know, work around it and deal with it, right? Because at a certain point I had to realize that when it comes to this content creation thing, and just not even just content creation, just when you begin to really sit down and, I wouldn't say have a connection with people, but really build a community around you and people like you for you, it's almost like, I wouldn't say they kind of like put up with, you know, if your setup isn't the best or anything else like that. It's like they just want to be around you. They want to, you know, be there when you say you pop off in a game, or be there when you're sitting down just in a video like this and you're talking to them, and you're just, you know, having a, almost like you're sitting down in the living room with them having a conversation, right? They just want to be there with you and interact with you, and, you know, just be there with you, right? So that's something that I had to realize, and I have realized it, and I've fully taken it in. And shout out to Gwimmy as well, I guess I mentioned this, is even if you're just starting out, you can still have some sort of influence, right? And I think with that comes, you know, like a responsibility. Like it comes with, you know, a sense of like responsibility, and a sense of like, you know, you don't want to let people down, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to actually keep pushing and keep going forward, because people, I wouldn't say people rely on you, but people, you know, come to you in a sense of, you make them feel good through whatever you're doing, you know, on camera or in stream or whatever, right? But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. I'd say I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, man, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I know it was a lot. I think it's, where are we at, 21 minutes? I know it was kind of like a lot. I wouldn't say I was all over the place. I tried not to be. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get that off my chest and really sit down and really update you guys on how things are going. I know content hasn't been consistent on the channel, because like I said, man, I've literally just been sitting here trying to figure things out, because I feel like I wouldn't say I'm stuck in a way. It's just really sitting down and realizing that I don't have to make content only on Destiny. You know what I'm saying? I got to a point where I just felt like, because I've played this game for so long and because I know so much about it, and that also too, you know, the other side of it as well was that the multiplayer arena shooter style landscape isn't the best. So really the only thing I had was Destiny. All these things compiled together, they drove me like mad. Like, I was just sitting here just thinking like, dude, what the hell do I do? Like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? So I think I have a good, just, can I say strategy? But I guess a good outlook on it now, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get back into making variety content on the channel, as well as other platforms too as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new to my channel and you like what you heard today, or you scrolled through some of my older videos and you like what you see, don't hesitate to subscribe. You know, also follow me on other platforms as well. All my links will be linked in the description box below, from my TikTok to my Twitter to my Discord to my Twitch. Everything will be linked either in the description box below or on my YouTube channel. And with that being said, you guys, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.